should have used my Streamlabs. That would have been great for this. Hello. I had 3 people so far. How you doing, one of those guys? They're all bad, yes. How you doing, Ed? Who else do we have in here? We got 3 people in here so far, so who's not checking in today? Oh, now we got 6. How you doing, Black Sheep? Or as I like to say, Tactical Sheep right there. Alright guys, so I just decided to start a quick conversation. How you doing, Jim Croft? How you doing, Hawk? Sorry, I got me a new camera here, or a new phone, so I'm getting used to how wide the screen is. Ooh. Alright, so how you doing, Jeff? Nothing much. I'm doing great. How are you doing? That's true, one of those guys. So, all right. So I'm gonna go ahead and start talking now. So, um, me and my wife, we were watching some videos where individuals were in Walmarts and other places like that, parking lots. Of course, um, somebody's recording, and she knows how I like to do audits and go around, and she's also started to build up a passion for it as well. Um, this lady, she was being recorded because she walked up to the camera and she had an issue with it. Thanks for the sub, by the way, Black Sheep. But this lady had an issue with this guy recording. Again, he wasn't even recording her, but walked up to her, or she walked up to him and said, "You can't take photos of this. You can't do that. Stop what you're doing, or else I'm calling the police." So then police come, and then they say, "Well, sir, it's actually illegal to film without her permission." And this guy didn't know any better, so he says, "I'm not trying to film without her permission. I'm just trying to finish up my stuff." And of course, he ended up leaving because he didn't want to cause any trouble. Yeah, Jeff, just walk in front of the camera if you don't want to be recorded. Um, and the main thing is the thing that I have is it's okay for you to try and say, "Hey, do you mind not filming?" or "Hey, don't film me, please." Don't walk up to the camera. But the main thing I felt very discerned about that whole video was the cop said, "If you continue to do this and we get more complaints, we're going to go ahead and put you in jail, for some public disturbance." Um, this is something I dislike. I don't call that person a cop. I call that person a tyrant, and there's a difference. So usually when you see my videos, I either put a cop or a tyrant. I don't really call them, cops. I think cops go out there, they try and enforce the law. Tyrants go ahead and try and manipulate the law. Again, as one of those guys said, uh, you know, some laws are just immoral. Thank you, Regina. Thank you for joining Team Tactical, guys. So everybody, give her a nice fire emoji. We need to give her that. Welcome her into the team, y'all. Yeah, I mean, like, all cops are tyrants, as you say. Well, you know, again, I don't agree with most of their stuff. You mean, like, that's why I tell you, like, the police to me is just another way for us to figure out what we had to do with our extra tax dollars. Um, I don't think it's a necessary field. I think anybody can go ahead and break the law, and we could bring them in ourselves. But again, people won't. We don't live in that type of environment where people are self-efficient. How you doing, Rika? So yeah, like I said, like not everybody these days is self-efficient and can manage to defend themselves or you know stop a criminal. If they wanted to. Again, if everybody carried and there are more law-abiding citizens, it'd be a little bit easier. But that's not the world that we live in. So we do live in an immoral world, where cops can manipulate the law to benefit them and become tyrants. And I think that's sad. Yeah, Hawk, I do agree. Thank you, Regina. So yeah, like I agree. The main problem with everything the way it is right now, I think the main thing is we have to start with the schools because the first thing they teach you in schools is this is a cop. Whenever you see a cop, make sure you do as he says. Don't resist the cop. Make sure you abide by all his orders and everything he says. Because a cop can't do anything wrong. You know, and I think that's where the majority of the issues come from. I think that's where we get a lot of people who need more First Amendment auditors out there because they learn strictly from the schools, to trust cops, to always trust cops and never go against their word. If they say jump, you jump. If they say get down on the ground, you get down on the ground. Um, I can't say that I hate cops. I can't say that I hate teachers for that matter. I can't say I sometimes hate the public because we allow this to go on. You know, um, state funded propaganda, brainwashing machines, aka schools. Exactly. I can't. I got to blame the public because we allowed it to go on. We the public are allowing this to go on, and those who sit back and watch quietly, um, we would be the ones to like pretty much what we're feeding back into it. So we're not benefiting anybody by being quiet. We're not benefiting anybody by standing by and watching it go on. Again, if you're breaking the law, then I'm gonna let the cop do what he wants. I'll say something. I'm not gonna interfere, of course, because I'm a law-abiding citizen. I'm not gonna interfere. But the main thing I think we need to do is we need to go ahead and start taking control more of our schools, our public officials, and everything else. I like that. One of those guys. Regina, on that video, I believe you're talking about the. I know that was in Dallas. That was probably a subsection or subchapter area, but they're being butthurt because I was taking a picture of the flag there, and Dallas has a very unique flag. If y'all haven't seen it, now I figured out some tricks to go ahead and get those videos or those pictures, but there's corrupt cops out there. Yeah, there's corrupt cops. I call them tyrants, and unfortunately, we have to figure out a way to correct their behavior. I don't believe complaint forms are good. I don't. I really don't. And it's gone to the point where if you do complain, well, then they get upset because now you're telling them on their boss. Let me read this comment. Hold on. That is true. Tactical sheet. As y'all said, if you've seen the last video where I had Officer Allen snatch me from my bike, uh, if I had slapped him, if I smacked him in the face that day when he grabbed me from there, I probably would have been shot. I probably would have been shot. And even when I told the other officer who shown up, uh, he said, when I asked him, I said, so if I defended myself, would I have been in jail? He says, yeah, he didn't even deny it. He knew. He knew I would be in jail. I'd be in jail right now for defending myself. So the thing is, we need to start holding these people accountable. You know, we need to start telling them what we want and how we want to get it. How we want to get it done. We don't want to hear anymore. Well, there's a process. We'll go ahead and play your game with your process, but we want something done. We don't want to sit here and wait, 3 months. We don't want to wait a year for them to say, well, we saw he did nothing wrong because we, investigated ourselves. You know, that's fine. Yeah, it's fine. That's protocol. hmm and it's real bad because now it's gone to the point where these officers don't care about who's paying their bills. I'm paying your bills. You're ready to kill me. If voting matter, they want less good. Yeah, I mean, guys, go for your elected officials. Do it. Lucky. Hey, look for your institute. So look for your. That's all fine for you to say there. Again, I don't really hate cops. It's just I hate tyrants. Side, dude. But yeah, we are the majority, guys. We are the majority here, and it's getting to the point where we're being whittled down, and to where we can't make an opinion. We're being threatened, and people are being swatted. People are being, held at gunpoint. We're being placed under, duress. We're being put in a position of fear, so we don't exercise our rights, and we have to do something about it. As you all know, James Freeman has recently said, that he is no longer going to tell you guys not to call any locations. He's not going to tell you not to call them. He says if you call them and you want to seek redress, seek redress. It's not a call flood. You're seeking redress. So I'm going to go ahead and say the same thing. I'm not going to ask you to call flood anybody. I'm just going to say if you feel like calling them, don't not do it because I say, hey, don't do it. Or don't do it because you feel like anything is wrong. Do it if you feel like you need a call. We are the people who pay their bills, and they're slowly weaning us off. They're slowly killing everybody. They're slowly throwing them in jail. Guess what? You can't pay in jail. You can't pay taxes. I mean, you're pretty much spending all the tax dollars. But guess what? You can't do. You can't do when you're dead. You can't pay taxes. You can't do any of that. Guess what? They're going to start losing out money. I think. I think what we need, because there's no way we're going to get rid of cops. It's just like saying we're going to get rid of guns. It's not going to happen. Um, Let me read this comment here. Yeah, Hank or Hawk. That's a good point. They really don't believe that people will know about there being two forms that you can sign, and that's true. It is stolen. People don't know that there are two forms you need to sign or fill out whenever you go ahead and file a complaint. There's a criminal complaint form, and then there's a complaint form. Okay, fill them both out. Get that all set up. Well, Regina, that day could be today, but I mean, there's really no reason for a glorified security officer, you know, or glorified hall monitor. So it's just unnecessary. You know, the only time you would need somebody to go ahead and stop anybody is if they're don't hurt nobody, don't kill nobody, don't steal. Okay, that's it. Need them for my insurance claim. Well, no, that's what you have your videos for, man. You got your dash cams, tree truck. And again, like the insurance claim that we had, me and my wife, because as you know, my wife got hit. She got sideswiped by some jackass. Um, saw the videos and was able to, you know, pay us all, pay the whole thing off and pretty much get that all set up. Yes, there's so many people out there. And this is one thing I did. I walked up to somebody. I said, "Hey, if you're walking in the street and a cop comes up to you and asks for your ID, what are you going to do?" A majority of the people will say, "I'm giving my ID because he asked for it." And as I said, that goes back to us stemming back to the schools. But again, we need to go ahead and get that settled. We need to fix this. And I'm going to go ahead and ask you guys, what do you think we should do to correct this bad behavior from officers? What do you think we should do? Abolish the government that employs them. If my wife and children is taken, I would call. And that's all your opinion. I mean, you can definitely call. You can say, hey, I need y'all to look for my wife and child. Look for you. I did see that video that you posted about that. Why do you need to lie to do your job? Do I know the Pinkertons? No, I do not. John Campbell. Everyone needs to audit, audit, audit. I think I think that's a good point. Everybody needs to do that. I am trying to look up some decent questions to ask them. I do like Real Jingy's his question that he wants me to ask, but I always forget. Do your children know? That's a great look for you. I should use that one. But Real Jingy, he puts on there. You should ask him on a scale of 1 to 100. How scared are they? And of my camera, or how scared of my actions right now. You know. Yeah, Jingy is great. Again, Jingy is great. Petition our Congress. Yeah. How many people are here? This is Eddie Craig on Rule of the Law. I had to listen to Eddie Craig. If he's on Spotify, I'll listen to him. Yeah. One of those guys. That's actually one of my things that I believe should be happening. Um, so yeah, one of those guys, like you said, about the Pinkertons. That's actually one of the things I think should be happening. Is we should have more than one choice of government. I mean, at least when it comes to public officials, to protect and serve. I think it would be beneficial to uh, to have other agencies who don't go by the same policies as this, police that we have now, but actually go by other policies, and they also have another corporation that goes by another policy. Four different corporations, and we get to go ahead and choose which pool we want our fund, our tax dollars to go into. I think that will make these officers, tighten up, especially if their, revenue and their money is put at risk. You can't keep on enforcing if the tax dollars are saying, well, no, I don't want to go ahead and benefit to you, you know, and that would, I think that'd be great because that keeps them all in check. uh, Well, Tactical Sheep, as you know, I've been banned from a church, so I can't get my hands on a Bible. So, that's just how it is. Because I'm so sinful with that camera, y'all know. It's true. That's true. I'm not disagreeing with most of you guys. I say most because I haven't read everybody's yet. I don't know if you are going to say anything crazy yet. So, I mean, it's just so much that goes on, and there's so much that I would like other individuals to know. How you doing, Easy? You know, there's so much I want to know. I knew he'd do that. Tactical sheep, you're all right. Because again, that's what tyrants do. They manipulate it. They manipulate the system. They manipulate the rules. They make it their own, and then they fine you for it. And then you have to go ahead and go to court. And then you have to pay a huge fine, and you got to fight for months and months, and then they can draw it out, and drag it and drag it, and make you spend more court fees and attorney dollars and all that good stuff, and then whenever your pockets are near dry, then they delay it some more and make sure your pockets are completely dry, and that's just the way it is. It's just the way it is. And then when you finally come to judgment, the judge tells you, well, this was a huge waste of time, and you lost all that money, and there's no judgment in your favor. So it's just so much that people fight for, and I find it ridiculous. I think we need to go ahead and take a hold of these officers and make sure they're held accountable. uh, my main solution, as everybody knows, we should audit everybody. We should all audit around the whole world. If I had, a million followers, I tell them all right now to go outside and fill a police station at the same time, 12 o'clock Central Time, right now. Ugh. Yeah, like a perfect example. One of those guys is the Was it Chi-Town Sue with the officer who uh, pretty much arrested her for interfering, even though she was well within 21 feet. Well, well with outside of 21 feet. Well, tree truck. I'm not saying private security. I'm saying we should have the option to withdraw our tax dollars from police stations. It's kind of hard to word it sometimes. So, um, I mean, that's all a police officer is. He's pretty much private security, just a glorified private security who tickets people. That's it. I mean, tickets and also shoots them. I think we should have the option to withdraw tax dollars from police stations. You know, and we can relocate it to another station. You know, I think that will help prevent these officers from being ridiculous. Because when you start messing with someone's money, well, oh shit, we probably need to change our views. You think we should unarm them? That's not going to happen. Yeah, I mean, none of this is really going to happen. None of it is. I'm going to be realistic. None of this is. It'd be a great, thing to see if any of this actually came, true. I'd be like, wow, that actually happened. Holy shit. But unarming them, it's the same thing as unarming a regular civilian. If you got the right to carry it, you should be able to carry it. I don't think they should use it all the time. They got mace, they got batons, they got tasers, but they always reach for the gun. It's I think they need more training in that. um, I don't associate myself with anything that separates individuals. I said this plenty of times. I don't support multiple movements because Black Lives Matter, feminism. I don't support feminism. There's so many other things that I just don't support because I'm like, you guys are separating individuals to think a certain way to alienate that other person. But um, me, I personally think, in my own perfect world, we could have cops. Exactly, one of those guys. It's a gang color. Whenever you bastardize the flag like that, you're representing a gang. You're saying only one person matters. Um, but I think one day, not really. I don't think one day, but it'd be a great world if cops could do their job without violating rights and respecting others. It'd be great. It would be, but that's a fictitious world. It's never gonna happen. It's never gonna happen. It's never gonna happen. There's a reason why I sometimes I don't like cussing at cops because I know most of the times they're doing their job, but guess what? You know, at some point it does cross a line. It crosses a line because then we're going back to Nazi Germany. We're going back to you know gas ovens and everything else. Just it's fucking horrible. But yeah, if the government was overthrown and a new world order was brought up in someone else's vision who was a patriot, I think it'll be a better place. How you doing, creator? One of those guys. That's true. Yeah, it's their right to fly it. Tree truck. They can fly whatever. If they ask me what I think about it, I say I don't like it. Um, I tell people I don't like it. I don't support the Blue Lives Matter flag. I even told it to my what is it? My gun instructor when I was taking my license to carry. She was an officer. The new world order. The new bylaws, I guess. What's happening? We're just discussing pretty much if you hate cops, or you know, what's your thought on how to fix corrupt, actions within, cop activity. Um, yeah, I mean, as y'all know, I'm for the right for you to go ahead and post anything, to put anything, to say anything, to speak your mind when you're in public, to be free. As long as you don't physically hurt somebody, steal from somebody, or kill somebody. So, uh, those I think should be the only laws right there. So, but yeah, I would definitely fight. Don't tread on me. I need to get a shirt that says "Don't tread on me." I need to work on my team tactical shirts as well. But yeah, I'd like to ask you guys, what would you do? Let me read that right. Do no harm. The nap. The right to swing my fist ends at your nose. Yep. Cops are our servants. But somewhere along the line, they forgot that. How you doing, America? You got any new videos up? Right now, they are investigating, which I think is a waste of time. But I'm also still looking for lawyers who will, take the case because not many people want to go against the officer. But yeah, Black Sheep, that whole incident right there, uh, I gotta start building up funds in order so I can actually fight a case against that because they don't want that to go to the court. And man, I'm black as hell. Yep, Warren versus District of Columbia. That is a case that bring out to a lot of people whenever they ask if the cops have to protect you or say the cops are here to protect you. Cops are not here to protect you guys. They're here to enforce the law. They are not here to protect you. Nice. Yeah, look up other options because there's so many lawyers out there who dead out refuse to go ahead and take a case. Nope. It's an officer. Nope. And it's like you realize like the system is so jacked up, guys. It's so jacked up. A cop could come to your house, kick your baby in the face, and they will still say, "Well, I don't see anything wrong with that." It's just ridiculous. Cops can kick your baby in the face, and nothing will happen. Yeah, remember the bar will not sugar eat. Yeah, I have to talk to some individuals. I might reach out to News Now Houston or probably News Now Dallas. I know he's in this area, so I'll see if he has a lawyer who's willing to, you know, fight against a cop. It's just so it's difficult to do. It's difficult. There's people out there who just want to go out there and cause trouble, and most of them wear badges. The last time I spoke with News Now Houston was during the rally in downtown Dallas with the anti-gun rally and the pro-gun rally. That's the last time I talked with News Now Houston. But so far as I know, I haven't heard much from him. I've been watching a few of his videos, and hmm, I need to go to law school. I probably do. Dave, just Dave. That's a good. I like that. Yeah, there's a level of respect that I give to a lot of people, even people who don't deserve it. And recently, in my last few weeks, walking out doing my walk and talks and my tours, and getting as much conflict as I was getting. And again, these aren't audits; these are just me doing tours. But as y'all know, anytime I take my picture or camera out in public, I consider it an audit. And I'm not gonna have you, tell me what to do, and I'm gonna challenge you on it. I'm gonna challenge you. Hey, I'm in public, I'm filming. Yeah, what? Um, yes, but tactical sheep. It was an assault, and it sucks because when I was there, I showed one of the officers a video. I said, this guy, he doesn't look like an officer to me. He looks like an off-duty security guard. And he's in his personal vehicle, right? And I said, how am I supposed to know he's a cop? So in the video, there's a small like shrug where the camera's going around. Nice. So like there's a small little emblem that says Dallas Police on it, very small, and I didn't even notice it the whole time I was there. Uh, has Dallas Police, and they're saying, "Oh, look, he has an emblem there." Yeah, why didn't you listen to him? Because I don't fucking have to. I think I should brush up more on the law because I read up on so many other things. I just don't read up so much on other laws. I know that because when I started auditing, it's because I like to take photos. I do like to take photos. That's what happened. I went out, took photos of a statue, and police came, and then I get harassed, and then I go out and take more pictures, flags, statues, memorials, churches that are historical churches, and I still get bothered by police, and Use common law, common sense. But yeah, guys, I'm just gonna go ahead and figure out what to do. I mean, like with that, it's just crazy. I just don't see how anybody can find how these officers are treating people right now uh, acceptable. So yeah, when it comes to defending yourself, they will definitely try and screw you over. They will. Um, what do you want, girl? Come on, come on. I don't know why you hopped in here. Yeah, I'll look into it. Definitely. Go ahead and look up some other stuff. I've been doing some more research on stuff that I don't know why I'm researching other stuff that doesn't matter right now. I need to go ahead and start researching how to go ahead and make sure that he is held to the same standards that we would be held at. If I was to go ahead and grab somebody and you know start demanding what's in their pockets, what does that sound like? Somebody grabbing you and demanding what's in your pockets. I think that was attempted theft. But if I slapped the fire out of him, I'd be in jail right now. Tree truck, you're right, and that's not changing the subject because again we're talking about how do we change the attitudes of officers and do we hate them? You know, that's it. How do we change the fact that a lot of people hate the cops because they don't act right? So how do you fix that? How do you fix the fact that they're not acting right? Mark Stevens. Okay. I'll go ahead and do that. I'll look it up because I'll read up on it and do some research. And if all else, if it benefits, I'll do another let's talk about it. So let me see. Mark Stevens. Um, I need to get a moderator for real because after this video is done, markstevens.net. Okay. I'll check that out because I definitely want the claim filed. I want something to be done about it. It's just ridiculous. The last what is it tour that I did where I got banned from church. As y'all know, I was detained that day. I was detained that day, and here's the thing. Now, I actually am going to put a complaint against that because I was detained. The officer said I was detained for, can you guess it? Because I asked for a supervisor. That is not a crime, guys. I was detained illegally because I asked for a supervisor. Not for any other crime. And I asked the guy, I said, "So are you sure you're saying I'm detained?" He said, "Yes, you're detained." I said, "For what?" Because you asked for a supervisor. So that's another complaint, you know. And I think they all have body cams on. So I'm going to go ahead and get some body cam footage and see if I can get it to at least upload on my computer. Who will I find first? Jesus or yourself? Truthfully, I'd find myself. One of those guys. You're funny, dude. Yeah. So, what are you doing? What are you doing? Come here. Come here. Oh, that was the first one. That was where I got snatched by the when I got snatched by Officer Allen. There was another one. It's a Dallas tour number 2. Well, what's funny is I think that whole thing. I'm trying to get it clipped out, and that way I can go ahead and post it. But again, I'm done telling people not to call anybody. Y'all can call whoever you want. Yeah, it was a Dallas tour, number 2. In part 1, I started my stream within 6 minutes. Within 6 minutes, a homeless guy was trying to fight me. After I told him I'm not filming him, just go ahead and be on his way. I'm not going to film him. But then he wanted to make threats at me, so I said, okay, well, I'm gonna film this guy because I don't, I'm not gonna deal with your bullshit. But yeah, there's so much that happens down there. I'm always being snatched up in freaking Dallas, man. Dallas is horrible, and we need to figure out a way to fix Dallas because I haven't been down there in like what 2 weeks, 3 weeks maybe by now. I don't know. I gotta look at my live streams, but I haven't been down there in a while because it's so hot. It's too hot right now for me to be walking around as long as I do, because I'm pretty sure I will black out. I will black out, and there'll be no one to help me. But yeah, I'm gonna make it back down there. Yeah, I'm gonna do some more tours, and I think tomorrow I'll see if the weather's a little bit cooler and see if I can get out into another location. So we're gonna try and figure this out. See what else we can do. How you doing, Richard Head? Thank you, one of those guys. Double OTG. Yeah, create artists. Common sense can fix it, but you have to have sense first. I'm glad you have a very great financial week, buddy. I'm glad for you. I really like hearing about people making hey, if he's a troll, let him troll, man. I don't care. I don't care, man. That's what this whole thing is for. This whole channel is for you to go ahead and express yourself. But I'm glad to hear people say they benefit. Yeah, you can. If you have anything you want to say in this channel, you can always say it. And I think that's one of the ways to deal with trolls is let them say what they want to say, because when you don't react to it, then they're just speaking in the wind. You know, there's nobody there. They're speaking to a wall. Oh no. Black Sheep, are you calling him a troll? That's right. Kid artist, I definitely agree uh, with what you're saying. It's just so that's right. We don't hate cops, guys. You know, it's kind of hard to say that. It's kind of hard to say, do you hate cops? Yeah, I hate cops. You know, and there's a lot of people who have that mentality. How you doing, News Now America? Thank you for tuning in and saying hello, man. I do appreciate that. Thank you for joining Team Tactical. That's good, Richard. You had a cop come to you and help you out. Again, like I say, I don't hate cops. I hate tyrants. Those are the ones I hate. When you become a tyrant, someone who's using their power to, you know, abuse the situation, that's pretty bad. So, so here's a question: how many of y'all have seen the Chi Town Sue video? I know we talked about it a little bit, but we got a little distracted. So I'm gonna go back to it. How many of y'all have seen the Chi Town Sue video where she was arrested for interference? Richard has. I think Black Sheep said he has. So, okay. So, how many of y'all also went to the Facebook page and made a complaint or reviewed it as well? I haven't seen the body cam video. I had to check it out. Create artists, I am looking into it, into that method of living, but Chi-Town Sue was in the wrong, but that cop was in the wrong for real. Um, yeah, me personally, I mean, I'm not saying she did the audit wrong because to me, there's no wrong way of doing an audit. Uh, there's just some actions that seem bad. So I wouldn't be following a cop. I'm not gonna follow a cop. That's just not me. I'm not. Sorry, it's not gonna happen. Did I say if that's wrong of her doing it? No, I don't think it's wrong for her doing that. She did stay with a far enough distance. She never jumped in front of them. She just walked behind them. And be walking behind anybody. Hey, I mean, I'm just gonna say this. Yeah, she stayed a fair distance. She did. Um, I say, as long as you are not preventing them from moving, you know, then you're not interfering. Rick Gore's video. Okay, I have to get a notepad um, whenever I do these, so that way I can write these down. But if somebody could go ahead after this video is posted, put it in the comment section, I'll get back to it. But yeah, that video, I thought it was crazy. I said, you can say that she was interfering, but Supreme Court has already ruled that that's not, interfering. Interfering is physical. Um, when it comes down to it, yes, she was doing photography. Is it some way, aggressive like, Yeah, I could say. Thank you, Tony. I don't have any moderators only because I try and prevent anybody from there's been so much drama with moderators on other channels, and I'm like, dude, I don't want the drama. I don't want it. I mean, it's good to have drama sometimes, but I don't want to be like, hey, G Tag, this person blocked me, and can you unblock me? And then next thing you know, I'm blocking, and then they block you again, and then I have to take them off, and it's too much. It's not necessary. There's no need for moderators. Uh, that's why I say after the video's uploaded, you can always put the link in the in the comments. I'll come back and look at them. I do read you guys' comments, Um, so if you have anything y'all want to put in there, I'll definitely read it and check it out. If it's something like you know like an article that y'all want me to check out, say hey, check out this article. So I'll check it out. But yeah, moderators, I'll barely choose a moderator. Like if I had the choice of choosing a moderator, there's probably like very few people I know I would choose right now because I don't like people being blocked for saying what's on their mind. I rather you be timed out, if you're spamming, but that's it. Timed out for temporary, and then you can come back, and then if you keep it up, I time you out again. I mean, that's it. I'm not gonna. Yeah, it's not needed for a moderator. Mm-mm-mm. But yeah, guys, we've been doing this for about an hour. It's been one whole hour, and I'm gonna go ahead and watch Rick Gore, and there was another one that I have to check out. Rick Gore and Mark Stevens. All right, so Rick Gore and Mark Stevens. I'm gonna go ahead and check those out. Make sure you put the link in the description. So I'll go ahead and check those out. And let's see, Mark Stevens, Mark Stevens. Okay, markstevens.net. Okay. Okay. I'll check it out. Think a cop. Okay. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. But other than that, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and end this stream. It was nice talking with you guys. I had fun. I hope you guys did too. And as I say most of the time, I feel blessed. I hope you do too.